I might finally have this right. Here's a new fuel tank that doesn't piss fuel out when I fill it up at the gas station. I just realized I don't think I've done any video on this project yet. I'll show you. So this is the custom gas tank that I made. It was all done to my specs. 304 stainless. Great idea, fit perfect, everything. The problem is I welded this with stainless wire, but C25 gas. And there was porosity in the welds. I had done this before on exhaust with no problem, but exhaust and containing gasoline are a little bit different apparently. And this thing keeps leaking. I'll fix it, and then 2 months later it's leaking again. And I am sick of screwing with it because a little bit of gas makes this whole car stink. So going in a new direction. This is actually 2 different China gas tanks. It was like 38 bucks. This was 110 or something. Stupid cheap. And I'm going to make this work in here. So this is going to be, well, here's a picture. So this little surge tank is going to go next to the other tank here with some angle iron that I just chopped up and this plate, and this little plate that's going to go right here next to where the surge tank is, like so. I'm going to actually have a charcoal canister here to get rid of any stink there might be left, because I do smell the stink in here, which is probably more from the leak than anything, but it drives me crazy and I want to get rid of it. So I chopped up some 2-inch angle aluminum, and this is going to be the mount and everything. It's going to end up very similar to the way I mounted this one before. Yeah, so basically about like this. Then this is a Bosch pump that I had a couple little adapters made in order to make this fit in here. Just got this beauty back from my friends at Empire Metal. So bottom welded on, fittings welded on, my angle aluminum mounting stuff. See how it works. Should drop right in there. So this little surge tank is made for like a Bosch 044 style pump. However, there's a lot of China knockoffs of those, and it would be way too much fuel for my application. So this one is a Bosch 69 something. 69-100. And this is some old Ford application, but it's about the same as a Walbro 255. Different size, so I actually had to get these adapters lasered to make this work, but I think we got it. Okay, this was pretty warped, so I had to put a little filler on here. And when I drilled it a little cracked out, we'll be all right. And then I ran sealant all the way through here, so I'm not getting a bunch of junk in the trunk. I got a seal put down in here, so I think that will be halfway decent. Okay, here we are underneath. I got a little bit of clearance there. Looks good. No leaks, but damn, that pump is loud. So this piece of shit Bosch is not giving me the pressure I need. It's giving me like 45, maybe 50. And it sounds horrible, so I'm thinking maybe the pump itself is bad. I'm going to investigate. Okay, I guess before I talk too much shit about this Bosch pump, just measured from the lip to the bottom. I had done these measurements before the bottom got re-welded on this tank here. And then measure from the mounting point. The further I get back, you can kind of see it's really close. So I'm going to chop that down a little bit more. Maybe that will solve it. Okay, I found my EVAP purge solenoid wires. There is the purge solenoid itself that used to be on the truck intake. I've got that plumbed, to the LS2 intake. Got a connector here. I cut the whole thing off before. Here's a connector, and lengthen the wires. Will be all set. Okay, with the original filler, I could not get the gas nozzle in here. Wasn't going to happen. So I made up another one of these plastic templates. Cut the fuel filler off of the tank that I had before. Had my buddy laser me a plate. And here we go. This should work. Okay, going on revision number 3 here. The original filler cap came straight up, a little cap on it right here, and I love the simplicity of it, but I couldn't get a gas pump nozzle in here. So I had my buddies laser me another piece so that I could do a 90, and I can get the gas pump nozzle in here now, which is beautiful, except this pisses out a little bit every single time because I just didn't have enough angle on it. And when you fill it all the way up, it waits until the water gets up here and it spits back out a little bit. So none of that helps with the gas smell that I originally did this project for. So now I'm going to chop this thing here, weld a little bead on both sides of them, use this 45, and come up this way with the gas nozzle right here, kind of where it was with the old tank, with this little bracket we got lasered. Okay, here we are, version 5 probably. This way I got a better angle to get gas into this thing and not be spitting back out when I'm at the gas pump. All right, I just got my EVAP relocation figured out. I mocked this up and used some masking tape to get some measurements and made this little bracket work. Bennett, right here used to be the fuel filler, but there's no more fuel filler here anymore, so that leaves room for the EVAP, and that's where that canister is going, right here. You can see I got those 3 screws there. I gotta drill a hole for that one, and that baby should drop right in place. All right, perfect, looks good. 4 bolts ought to hold it. All right, there we go. This is like version fucking 5, whatever. Looks like it warped pretty good when I got this part re-welded. I had to cut this out to put this in here. Don't know if that's going to seal on the... Yeah, don't know how that's going to go. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I got it all back together and it still leaked. But that was a fairly easy fix. It was leaking right here because this is the one that I originally used. And see, I have a very short flange. There wasn't really enough room for the clamp to clamp down on there evenly because it's a little bit cockeyed with this misalignment. So I grabbed a half-ton, like a K1500 fuel filler here, which is a short nub. It's got the bulb here. You can sort of, I don't know if you can see it or not. I can feel it. And then it's got a vent up here. Just had to sort of reroute that a little bit. But now I think we'll be good. Let's see. Oh, and I added in a little switch for LEDs instead of the one little light that I had here. And I like the idea of having a switch so I could turn it on and off because I was having to air out this stinky trunk, which is why I pulled the bulb out in the first place. Okay, like I said, this is like version 5, but eventually perseverance does pay off. This is exactly what I was looking for when I first had this idea. Finally, got all the factory liners back in and stuff. Looks almost factory. I mean, I got 2/3 of a trunk instead of a whole trunk now. But being a daily driver, I wanted to have some functionality. I hadn't been able to put anything in here while it was leaking fuel. Now I got my little toolkit, my jack. That's e-brake stuff I'm going to work on here soon. I have had this in here ever since it was leaking fuel. Figured probably not a bad idea. And you know, eventually I would like to delete the fuel door here and just make this solid. If it ever gets a paint job, we'll see.